Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Adobe Noli, coming to you live from city of Abuja, Nigeria. How are you all doing? Hope you're doing great and hope you're staying safe. So if you're seeing this space for the first time, if you're tuning into this channel for the first time, you're highly welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome. Please do me a favor by subscribing to this channel, like, share, and watch the ads as well. So for the new subscribers on this channel, on Mondays we talk about self-development, developing ourselves positively. On Wednesdays we talk about business and finance, and then on Fridays we take it down, we chill it down, we break everything down, we rest for the week by talking about everything, social life, our affairs, everything basically, just like a chill video. That's what we do on Fridays. So today being Monday, we're talking about self-esteem, which is very important, which has to do with developing ourselves. So self-esteem basically has to do with our thoughts about ourselves, opinions about ourselves, what we think about ourselves. There are times, yes, where we know that okay, we are low, maybe low from one setback or the other. Self-esteem is not bad. When it becomes bad is when it becomes prolonged, because prolonged low self-esteem results in depression, results in desperation, results in heart physical issues, mental issues as well. So it's very important that you get over low self-esteem. That is why we are going to talk about today's video. And most times again, this self-esteem is as a result of maybe our childhood, growing up while we were children, as a result of maybe our family background, things we experience from school, things we experience from our society. And as adults, again, we also go through that low self-esteem, maybe as a result of the challenges we come across. So how do you now improve this self-esteem? How do you low self-esteem? How do you now overcome this low self-esteem you've had or you're experiencing at the moment, so that it doesn't lead to desperation, it doesn't lead to depression, it doesn't lead to things that are not so healthy for your growth? So that's what we'll be talking about today. And the first thing I'll be telling you is that once you've realized that you are having low self-esteem, identify and challenge your negative beliefs, that the things that you believe wrongly about yourself. Let's say for instance you feel that okay, you're not beautiful enough. You challenge that. You tell yourself that you're beautiful. Beauty is in the hands of the beholder. If you think you're not beautiful, then how do you want others to think of you? So you have to challenge that negative belief of yourself and tell yourself, I am beautiful in and out. Beauty is in my hands. If you feel that maybe your job is not so good and you're not proud enough to tell people about your job, then you work towards changing that job that you're not so comfortable about, that you're not so proud of. So that is how you have to challenge that negative belief of yourself. So the second aspect is identifying your strengths and uniqueness. I forgot to say, in the first aspect, you have to keep writing all the negative things you believe or negative belief of yourself. Write it down and challenge them. Then for this other part, which has to do with your strength and your uniqueness, write it down as well. Every day you look at it, you tell yourself, okay, these are my strengths. Work towards it. Like, be comfortable with that strength, because when you know your strength, it helps you overcome your weakness. But when you realize what your strengths are, it gives you that confidence that okay, oh, I'm good at this, and that will help you overcome the negative beliefs that you have. So the third point is speak to yourself. It's like talk to yourself. If don't beat yourself over the past. The past is gone. There's nothing you can do about it. If you failed in the past, let it go. In short, I see failure. I don't see failure as something that okay, you failed at something, then you have to beat yourself over it. I see failure as a step towards achieving something greater for yourself, because once you fail at something, at least you've tried, you realize that okay, I failed at this a better, or this will be a better way for me to improve on that. But in a situation where you don't even try at all, the next thing, maybe in the next 10 years, you're like, oh, if only I had. It now becomes a situation of if I had known. But if you tried and you failed, you now know, okay, oh, this is why I failed. This is why I failed. And then you now think of, okay, ways which you can improve on that. So talk to yourself, respect yourself, say positive things to yourself, respect yourself. Don't start saying, oh, I'm not beautiful, I'm not fine, I'm not hardworking, I'm not this. Don't do all of that, because by the time you do it, you actually bring down your self-esteem. So speak to yourself with respect. Respect yourself. If you don't respect yourself, who else will respect you, really? So you just need to respect yourself, and that will enable you to improve your self-esteem. The fourth point is celebrate your little wins. Like, I don't know how to overemphasize this, because I find out that so many people do not celebrate their little wins. They see that, oh, my friend had is having a job of maybe 1 million naira, and me, I just got a job of 450,000. Meanwhile, they've forgotten that before they got the job of 450,000, they're actually earning maybe 60,000 naira. So celebrate the little wins, even if you don't even, you aim on getting a project or a contract, and the contract doesn't come, a smaller contract comes, celebrate that little win. Even if you don't even get the contract, still celebrate it. There's so many other things you must have won one way or the other. So celebrate your little wins. Don't say, hey, it's little and so there is nothing to be happy about. Celebrate it. By the time you celebrate the little wins, it will create more room for the bigger ones to come. So celebrate your a little weight. The fifth weight is build positive and supportive network and avoid negative people. Surround yourself with people that motivate you, people that push you to aim higher, people that are not always castigating you or saying negative things about you. If you realize that your energy when you're with certain kind of people is down, then avoid them. It's for your own benefit. Avoid them. If you realize that, okay, this people or this group of people, each time I'm around them, all we talk about is what this person did, what this person did not do, then you avoid them, because it just boils down to you comparing yourself and all of that. So I go with people, surround yourself with people that are motivating you to do things that are right, motivating you to achieve better things, motivating you to go ahead maybe with that business idea you have in mind, pushing you, giving you new ideas every day, not people that are talking about somebody else. So that is a very good way in which you can improve your self-esteem. So if at this point you've watched this video to this extent and you enjoyed this video, please kindly subscribe. So the sixth point is avoid comparing yourself with others. There's this, my DP, not even there's this, my DP display picture on my WhatsApp has to do with you'll be tempted to compete, you'll be tempted to compare and all of that. I can't really remember it, but I believe so much in that. Don't do it. I'm going to leave that my display picture somewhere here so that you see it. So you'll be tempted to do all of that. Let me not come here and say, oh, you'll not have that urge to compete with people around you. You'll be tempted to do that, to compete, to compare, to do all of that, but don't do it, because it's not going to be beneficial to you. There's something called positive competition. If you compare yourself positively, then that's good. But a situation where you're comparing yourself negatively, or you realize that, okay, this person is actually, comparing myself with this person is actually hurting my mental state, then you avoid it, so that you can actually grow or improve your self-esteem. It's very important that your self-esteem is top, so that you can achieve so many other things. So the seventh point, I think, is make sure you set your own expectations. Don't set goals or don't set expectations based on what the society has formed, or what the society is saying, or what your family is saying, or what your friends are saying. Set expectations based on your own self, not what anybody is saying. Because right now we realize that, okay, in this our generation, we realize that most people believe that, oh, you must be in university at a certain age, and that certain age is maybe from 17 years and above. Then let's say you don't even get admission till like 21 years, you're still at home, you've not gotten admission. So maybe will now start looking at it like, what is this? And meanwhile, maybe you do not want to go to school yet, because maybe you have something you're pursuing or something, and people are now looking at you like, oh, you're a failure in life. So don't allow people's expectations be your own expectations. Set your own expectations, set your own goals, set your own targets, as far as you know that what you're setting for yourself is the best. Like, you're very sure within yourself, you're very convinced within yourself that this expectations you're setting is best for you, is best for your growth and all of that. So the eighth point is stop worrying about what others think. It's somehow related to expectations, but it's really different. You realize that you want to be let's say, a musician. All you're thinking about is, what will this person say? Or you realize that, okay, let me use a typical example. Like, you are someone that recycles waste. You're not thinking of what will others think if they see you picking up waste from people's dustbin. Meanwhile, you know what you want to achieve. You're just worried. All you're thinking about is, now you're worried about what others will say. Oh, what will my contemporaries say, that they saw Ada picking up trash from my waste bin, and you're now worried. Meanwhile, you know what you're thinking about, you know what your goals are all about. You have an intention that, okay, when I pick up this thing, I'm going to recreate it. You're doing this is something that would give you money. So why are you now worried about what people will say rather than what you know is beneficial to you and to your growth? So avoid it at all costs. Do you, be you, think you. Everything should be you. Yes, sometimes it's good to be selfish. It is very good to be selfish. Yes, I agree. It is very good to be selfish as far as being selfish is to your own good. So be selfish. There's nothing bad about being selfish, but being selfish has a limit so that you don't go and misquote me somewhere or something. You don't go misquote me. I think the ninth point is read and listen to something inspirational. Read inspirational books, read inspirational quotes. If it isn't possible, I went to a school somewhere in I think I've forgotten the name of that place. So I went to a secondary school really, and when I got to that secondary school, what inspired me about that secondary school is that from one place to the other, you just keep seeing inspirational quotes. And me as an adult, I was really inspired by some of the quotes I saw. So imagine you putting up inspirational quotes in your rooms, on your phones. There is this app I have, if I remember, or why I'm editing, I'm going to leave this app. This app actually, every morning, it gives me inspirational quotes. And I read it. Sometimes I read it, sometimes I skip it. But the days I get to read it, I get inspired to do one or two things. It motivates me to do one or two things. So read inspirational quotes, read inspirational books. Also listen to inspirational. Sometimes we are too busy, we don't have time to read. Then okay, listen to inspirational quotes, listen to inspirational talks. You have podcasts, listen to them. You have YouTube, you have this video too. It's also inspirational too. Listen to inspirational conversations, listen to inspirational talks, inspire yourself as much as possible. That aspect that you feel that you're low on, listen to that aspect that's going to motivate you. So the next and the final point is work on your appearance. It is very important. The way you dress is the way you'll be addressed. And I don't know about you, but for some weird reason, whenever I dress well, whenever I look at myself in the mirror, like, and I'm very sure, like, there's this way you look when or there's this way you feel when you are well dressed. You look at yourself and then you just go out. That day is like you shouldn't even go home that day. You just feel like most people have not seen you that day. That's because you are happy with the way you're dressed. And the way you're dressed, if you're confident or if you're happy with the way you're dressed, it gives you that courage. It gives you that confidence wherever you go that, oh, I can go anywhere and nothing will happen. So the way you actually appear is very important in improving in improving your self-esteem. So as much as possible, dress nice, smell nice, look nice. In short, just do everything nice. Your physical looks are very important in your self-esteem as well. Because when you're dressing nice, the truth is, it's not any kind of person that will come and talk to you. Like on a normal day, when they look at you not dressing well, they can just come and approach you. But by the time they now see you well kitted, they'll be like, oh, okay. There is this tweet, but find it, I'm going to put it here, of a guy. He said he got a job and then he realized that first week of him getting the job, his boss kept sending him to buy food for him. We're going to talk about this someday, about etiquette of office. So his boss kept sending him to buy food throughout that week of his resumption, and in his mind he's like, why should I be buying food for you? This is not in my job description. The next day, I think he said he came to the office with a G-Wagon or something, and that was the end. That was the complete end of his boss sending him to buy food, because the boss has now realized that this guy is not what he looks like. So the boss now realized that means a line was being set. Like the guy actually made it clear, like, I'm not here to be buying food for you. My job description is clear. I come here and work and all that. So it gave the guy some form of respect, and I'm very sure that actually improved his self-esteem. So make as much as possible improve your physical appearance. It's very, very important. I hope this video was helpful to every one of you. If there are other points in which you can improve yourself, as I know there are so many of them. There are so many of them. One just came to my mind now, and that is try not to be perfect. I just have to say this because it's very important. Most people realize or want to be very perfect. I'm one person that was always, I'm this person that before, I'm always trying to be perfect. Like, I don't want to fail at anything. I want to make sure I'm 100% good and all of that. But I've just realized that nobody in this world is perfect. It's only God that is perfect. So how am I now breaking my head over, okay, I must be perfect, I must do everything this. There's one exam I'm supposed to write. I've refused to write that exam because I am scared of failing. That is just the truth. But I've just thought about it. Okay, even if I fail it, what is wrong if I fail it? At least when I fail it, to help me prepare for maybe next year to write the exam. And I'm just saying, okay, you know what? This year 2021, I'm going to write the exam. Anyhow it's going to come, I'm going to shall write the exam. So don't be scared of not being perfect. Nobody is perfect in this life. Create room for failures. Yes, you're going to fail. And failure is not, when I talk about failure, failure doesn't mean that when you fail, you've become like a rag. Failure is actually success, really. I see failure as success because what you feel that you've learned already on that thing and then you're moving forward. So don't aim to be perfect in this life. Only God is perfect. If people try to make you feel, oh, you're not good enough, you should be 100% this, tell them you cannot. Tell them you cannot and say, oh God, this video is supposed to end. And this is leading me to another point, which is learn to say no. Very important. You cannot kill yourself for everybody. You try your best to be good. You try your best to serve others. But in a situation where it is going against your principles, in a situation where it's going against what you want for yourself, then stand up to them and tell them no. In a situation where you're supposed to, let's say, prepare for exam and someone else is telling you, no, you need to go to the office and tidy up a file, you tell them, no, I have an exam to prepare for, and go prepare for that exam. Don't go and be preparing for one file or whatever, or one task or the other at the detriment of your exam, and then at the end of the day you fail. At the end of the day, your office will now tell you to go. So yourself first. I've said it, be selfish sometimes. It is very necessary to be selfish sometimes because everybody will want to put their problem on your head if you give them the room to do that. So I'm going to end this video here. Maybe there will be a part 2, and if there are other things I didn't mention, please leave it in the comment section as well. We learn from each other. As I said, this video or this Mondays are basically for self-development. I say what I have to say or what I think is right for everybody, and I learn from you as well. So please do well to leave your comments in the comment section. Bye.